Seahawks, Jags. Your 4-1 Jags are 1.5-point favorites at home. 47.5 points is the over-under. The Jags are a terrible Travis Hunter pass interference penalty from being undefeated right now. How's it feel?
This is crazy, man. I don't know how they do it. It never looks good. It is the stupidest football you could possibly imagine, but it's working. And I think the biggest thing for the Jaguars is people are going to look at the offense, people are going to look at the passing numbers and go like, oh, this passing offense is bad. I don't think it's bad per se. I think they still haven't reached the peak of what it can be because the process is there. It literally is holding or delay a game or like it's just those type of things that they're still scratching the surface of what they can be. And I think you saw a little bit of it against Kansas City, the explosives downfield, Trevor scrambling, this all the stuff that they can incorporate into their passing game. They can attack you in a lot of different ways. So I'm really excited to see that go against a Seattle team where I'm not sure who's going to be in that secondary, but Mike McDonald is going to throw a lot at this offense. It's something that Trevor Lawrence did really well against Kansas City was he was really good at identifying pressure and identifying blitzes. And if he didn't like it, he's just going to take off and run. And that's what I think is going to be needed against Seattle because they're going to throw a lot of simulated pressures, a lot of different looks at him. And what Baker Mayfield did against Seattle is if any of those sim pressures, if he didn't like the look, he was going to take off and run. Baker Mayfield has scrambled at a really high rate this year, and he's been really successful on all those scrambles. So I think that's something that Trevor continues week in, week out. But the offense is like right there when it comes to being consistently very good. They just need to get out of their own way.
See, this to me, this feels like a little bit of a heat check game. I think they come back down to earth just a touch. I think the Seahawks win this game. I'll just say it. I think the Seahawks right now, their defense is just built to expose kind of this Jaguars offensive line. They could get by when it was one Chris Jones that you had to worry about and you could focus all your attention on him. But basically those holes that exist on the interior of this Jags offensive line and kind of at left tackle as well, one guy from the Seahawks front, and I think Byron Murphy has a big game here. Byron Murphy's kind of like he's been close again and again, hasn't really had the game-changing plays, but like I think this is the game where you see it from him against this weaker Jags interior, and I just think you see Trevor under much more duress than we saw last week. And then the Seahawks offense right now, they are number one in success rate in terms of drop back passing game. Sam Darnold is playing just inspired football. It's been a beauty to watch. I think he protects the ball well enough. I don't think he gives in to the Jaguars and this defense that's turned opposing teams over more than anyone else in the NFL 14 times. And I think the Seahawks take it. Unfortunately, I've been pumping up the Jags all year, but I think this is a comeback down to earth sort of moment for them.
I think the big thing for the Jaguars defense specifically is getting Trayvon Walker back. If Trayvon Walker plays, I feel a lot more confident for this defense, especially in the run defense department. Kansas City kind of shredded them with the RPOs, but Trayvon Walker being back would be huge for them. He didn't play against Kansas City, but like it's sort of like, hey, he could play against Seattle. He could play against LA. We'll see what happens. But this game is going to be won over the middle of the field. Sam Darnold has I believe he is 6th in EPA in the intermediate part of the field. But among the top 10 guys in EPA per play over the middle of the field, he is the only one with a tight window throw percentage below 10%. That's incredible. They are so good at designing open targets over the middle of the field. And that's where the Jaguars defense has gotten so much better. Devin Lloyd cannot be tricked with his eyes now. And we talked about it a little bit on Tuesday. The game is slowed down for him a lot more. Foye Oluokun's playing really well. And then you get really good coverage from Eric Murray coming off the roof, Andrew Wingert coming off the roof. They play a lot of quarter half. So I'm kind of expecting the Seahawks to take some shots downfield. And hopefully you have Travis Hunter playing. I'm not sure if Travis Hunter plays more defense than offense this week. I would assume he plays more defense, given Tyson Campbell is now a Cleveland Brown. But I'm gonna pick the Jaguars. I think this game is gonna be a really fun one. I think it's going to be a little chaotic. But the Jaguars have shown they can win close games. They can win the chaotic games. So if they can put another one into the chaos ball belt, we'll see what happens.
I do think it ends up, though, as much as I like the Seahawks, it will be decided if there are guys who are banged up in that secondary, Nick Manwaring, Devon Witherspoon, Julian Love, if they can all go. If they can all go, I feel so much better about the Seahawks than if they can't in this one. All right.